Life for many of us is filled with an endless cycle of boredom. And when all your friends are busy and can't hang out or play games with you or whatever you guys might do, many of us choose to spend our time on things such as YouTube or Twitch just to fill the empty space. Whether it be Ludwig, XQC, Pokimane, or any of the other many faces on these platforms, we all have a favorite. The person that is our go-to, the one every time we see them online, we can't resist the temptation but to stop by and say hi. But when does this turn from just being something to fill the time and more into something that can actually reap chaos on your social and romantic lives? To answer this, we first have to begin with how Twitch works as an ecosystem. The first time a viewer decides to click on somebody's stream, it's always a gamble whether they will be entertained by the person or go find another person to watch. So to keep these viewers in, the streamer puts on a more entertaining persona. Then to keep these viewers coming back time and time again, the streamer normally tries to cultivate a more family or community feeling by interacting with their audience and using things to engage them, such as voting or just having them chat or spam emotes. And then now that the viewer has been entertained, they now want to come back again and again and again to get that same entertainment. And eventually they end up falling into this community and this sense of family with the streamer being much like a godfather of it all. This on paper is great, creating an environment that almost feels like a home, somewhere to interact with many people all at the same time. But just like with anything, it's okay in moderation, but as soon as it's taken to an extreme is when problems begin to arise. This is just the beginning of parasocial relationships and the many problems that this brings up in the streaming community. Many streamers talk about this very often.
Treat it like you would treat the TV show Mad Men. You shouldn't form a relationship with me. At the end of the day, I'm entertainment. If I stop entertaining, you stop watching. That's it. That's what I want from you guys, because I'm not your friend. I will never, ever hang out with you, and I don't care about you. I don't know you. I can't. There are 13,000 people here. I can't care about all of you because I don't know any of you. So all I do is I turn on, I treat you like a coherent body of people, and I stream to entertain. That's all.
A parasocial relationship is basically like gaining an emotional attachment to an object, like a doll or even an orange, because the thing never knows you even exist. Except there's probably a higher chance an orange knows you exist than a streamer does. And when a viewer develops a relationship like this with a streamer, it creates a vicious cycle where the streamer wants to keep these people to stay in their community because it guarantees them consistent views, which furthers them to push this parasocial atmosphere of a community and a family with their whole Twitch audience. And this ends up leading to the viewer even going deeper down the parasocial hole. We see this behavior all the time with people defending their favorite streamers no matter what they have done wrong. They could have literally murdered their entire family, and these people would defend them to their deaths because they have such an emotional attachment to them. What problem this creates is that oftentimes younger people who may already be lonely or shy end up digging themselves into a hole where they form this relationship because of their loneliness and shyness, and end up using these influencers as a kind of band-aid to fill the spot, where somebody like a friend or a lover or even a family member should be. And because they have a temporary fix to this problem, they no longer feel the need to go out and seek these relationships in the real world. Because, well, at the end of the day, I always have you, Mr. Random Man behind a camera. This entire system becomes extremely toxic the longer it goes on, and can go on to have lasting effects on the viewer. This isn't to say that all parasocial relationships are bad though. Sometimes they can seriously help people, whether it be through streamers directly giving them advice, or sometimes actually saving their lives.
Ending it all, so I figured I'd give my favorite my last 10, hope it all goes well. Davey, I expect to hear from you in the morning. Here's the deal. If you are not in this channel tomorrow, set an alarm right now, 8 a.m. Okay? For 8 a.m. Be here. I expect to see you in chat.
Or whether them just using it as a stepping stone in their life that they'll be able to grow on. It's all on a situation by situation basis. A way many people have said that they've begun to heal from this issue is to just slowly wean off watching their streamers and going into their discords, or maybe find a random discord and talking to these communities and making friends through there, and eventually you won't need the streamers to be there to be your friend. And if you hit that like and subscribe, I promise I won't force you to be in a parasocial relationship with me.